You've been misled about the story of Jesus Christ. The version you know is only a small part of a much larger picture, a clean, twisted rendition that hides a conflicting reality. Christ was not merely a name. It was a title and a status to be achieved. And Jesus was not the only one to attain it. In fact, the truth is far more empowering and revolutionary than you have been led to believe. Christ is a way of being, a state of consciousness available to every one of us. Yes, you heard correctly. Every one of us can attain this. An ancient proverb from the Atlantean, also known as Tahuti, reminds us that gods are mortal men and men are mortal gods. This is not just poetic language. It is an essential fact about who we are and what we can become. The idea of humans achieving a state similar to Christ is not new or unique to Christianity. It comes from ancient wisdom that has been hidden for thousands of years. Many ancient traditions continue to support these ideas. I will provide you with evidence, and I will even present a practical way that, when followed correctly, can help you reach this state for yourself. Hold me to that promise. For example, in the Nag Hammadi library discovered in 1945, we find the Gospel of Thomas. This long-hidden text contains sayings from Jesus that many in power do not want you to know. Jesus said, "He who drinks from my mouth will be like me. I myself will become that person, and what is hidden will be made known." Consider this. Jesus is telling us that we can be like him and achieve a state of Christ-like awareness. This is not a heretical idea, but the original teaching. There is a reason why over a dozen books were removed from the King James Bible. They removed them to keep you from knowing that using knowledge correctly leads to wisdom, and that wisdom brings real power, a power they do not want you to have. They do not want you to understand that you too have what is needed to become like Christ. If your heritage belongs to a culture that had its mystical practices taken away and replaced with Abrahamic teachings, it might be harder for you to accept that we are capable of becoming one with God, and that divinity exists within us. If your heritage belongs to a culture that had its mystical practices taken away and replaced with Abrahamic teachings, it might be harder for you to accept that we are capable of becoming one with God, and that divinity exists within us. You can become like Christ, fused with the essence of the divine. Imagine if you knew you had a spark of divinity inside you. Would you mindlessly follow outdated religious rules? Would you hand over your power to self-proclaimed authorities? Of course not. You would recognize the divine nature within you and act from that strength and wisdom. Take a breath. Consider that this truth is not limited to Christianity. In ancient Egypt, there was the concept of the Ak, the glorified spirit that reached divine status, a status not only reserved for pharaohs. The Book of the Dead even contains spells for ordinary people to achieve that state. In India, the Upanishads teach that Tatami means "thou art that," which tells us that our true nature is divine and we are one with ultimate reality. Does that sound familiar? It is the same truth that Jesus expressed when he said, "The kingdom of God is within you." Now, breathe. Can you feel the weight of this truth and the possibility lying within you? This is not about worshiping a being who did not create the universe. It is about recognizing that the divine lies within you and every other being. The idea of achieving a state of Christ-like awareness has been supported by mystics throughout history, many of whom reached this state at great personal risk. Consider Meister Eckhart, a 13th century Christian mystic who once claimed that the seed of God exists in every person, something that is God by nature. Imagine a Christian stating that we can become godlike. Is that not considered blasphemous? Mystics, whether Christian or not, have often sought the experience of the divine firsthand, speaking literally about human ability rather than just metaphorically. This truth has been kept secret because it challenges the established power structures that depend on human ignorance and submission. Perhaps you are now thinking, this sounds amazing, but how do I actually reach that state? That is exactly what we will discuss next. Christ-like awareness is not just a lofty dream, it is a practical path, a way of living and being. Before we get into that, take a moment to breathe deeply and feel the life energy within you. This energy is the same force that mystics and wise people have worked with for thousands of years. It is the very substance of Christ-like awareness, and it is inside you right now. Think back on your life. How many times have you felt even a slight sense of something greater, a connection to something vast, limitless and boundless? Those moments might be glimpses of your true self and your natural ability to achieve Christ-like consciousness. Feel what I am saying. The path to Christ-like awareness is not about pretending to be something you are not. It is about stripping away the layers of conditioning and false beliefs that have covered who you truly are. Now, take another breath. This is the truth that religions have hinted at without stating clearly. It is the secret that mystics in every country and in every era have discussed quietly for tens of thousands of years, and now it is being shared with you, not because you are special or chosen, but because you are ready to hear it. If you are interested in awakening a Christ-like awareness, please like and subscribe. Your support helps us grow, and in return, we help you progress toward that state. Let's now talk about that mystical path of ascension. Now that we have opened your mind to the truth about Christ-like awareness, let's step back for a moment. This idea is not just a Christian concept. It is a truth recognized by mystical traditions around the world and through history. In Buddhism, they speak of attaining Buddhahood. This is not simply about worshiping Gautama Buddha. It is about realizing your own inherent Buddha nature and your innate capacity for enlightenment. Enlightenment means joining your consciousness with a universal spirit and feeling the bliss of that connection as you live in that new reality. The Mahayana tradition even speaks about many Buddhas existing across various worlds and times. Some sources document 14 different Buddhas, and there might be even more who are not recorded. In Hinduism, the ultimate aim is to understand your oneness with Brahman, the ultimate reality. The ancient scripture, the Bhagavad Gita, is very clear on this. Those who perceive with wisdom can see the difference between the body and the one who knows it, and they understand how to be free from the confines of material life. According to the text, the highest aim is enlightenment. Let me also mention the practices of ancient sages who strove to become immortal. These individuals were not just long-lived humans. They were spirits who began as human and then moved beyond ordinary physical limits to experience unity with a higher state or the universal spirit. The great philosopher Lao stated in the teachings of Tahuti, "He who knows others is wise. He who knows himself is enlightened." Knowing yourself in this way means recognizing that God lives within you and continuously working to feel that oneness. Pause, breathe, and consider this. Are you beginning to see the pattern? These ideas from different traditions all point to the same ultimate truth, that we have the ability to go beyond our limited human state and live in a divine way. Also, many teachings of Jesus that we consider unique to him can be found in much older traditions. For example, the idea of loving your neighbor can be found in ancient texts from thousands of years before Jesus. The instruction from a text dated to 1100 BCE says not to mock a blind man or tease a dwarf, and not to worsen someone's condition. Similarly, Confucius taught around 500 BC, "Do not do to others what you do not want done to yourself." This does not take away from Jesus' wisdom. In fact, it amplifies it by showing that Jesus was part of a timeless mystical philosophy of ascension that goes beyond time and culture. Consider this. Jesus was not only a teacher of a new way of living, but he was also a master who had reached a state of consciousness that many have sought throughout history. Why do these ideas appear in many different traditions spread across time and space? Because they all point to an important truth about our end goal: becoming truly children of light, akin to a son of the sun. The Sufi mystic Rumi was not being poetic when he said, "You are not a drop in the ocean, you are the entire ocean in a drop." This idea is very similar to the Hindu teaching of Atman and Brahman, where the individual soul and the universal soul are one. Let me repeat that quote. You are not a drop in the ocean, you are the entire ocean in a drop. It is a powerful statement. In the Hermetic tradition, which is based on the teachings of Tahuti from ancient Kemet, we see the idea of as above, so below, as below, so above. This means that the divine and human are not separate entities, but rather reflections of one another. Now, pause for a moment. Take a deep breath. Feel the air fill your lungs and the blood flow through your veins. This body, with all its human experiences, is not a barrier to the divine in you. It is the way by which your divine consciousness shows itself. Think about your life, the joys, the sorrows, the victories, and the challenges. All of these moments are part of your path to Christ-like awareness. They are not distractions, but essential parts of your spiritual growth. Feel the connection between your personal existence and the vast universe around you. You are not separated from it, you are a vital part of it. This is what mystics refer to when they discuss unity of consciousness. You might wonder, if this truth is so universal, why is it not more widely known? Why is it not taught in churches and schools? The answer is simple and direct. Knowledge is power, and power that changes the world. Throughout history, there have always been those who wanted to keep this power to themselves. However, times are changing. Ancient wisdom is being shared more openly than ever before, and you are now part of a worldwide change in consciousness. Traditions around the globe have predicted a time when the Great Spirit will return. The Mayans predicted a period of heightened awareness, and the Hindu tradition foretold the dawn of a new age of truth and enlightenment. These are not just myths or legends. They are descriptions of the change in human consciousness that is occurring right now. Now that you understand the context and the universal nature of Christ-like awareness, let us look at how you can walk this path of spiritual ascension and awaken the Christ-like consciousness within you. First, understand that Christ-like awareness is not a one-time event or a finish line you cross. It is a way of living moment by moment, day by day. It is about continually expanding your awareness and your capacity for love and wisdom. Let us start with the basics. Self-knowledge. The ancient Egyptian phrase, "know thyself," should be the foundation of all spiritual growth. This is not just about knowing your favorite color or your personality type. It is about getting to know the true nature of your mind. One effective practice for self-knowledge is meditation. I am not referring to sitting quietly for a few minutes just to relax. I mean intentional meditation practices that help you understand and develop your mind and consciousness. Sit comfortably with your back straight, close your eyes, and pay attention to your breathing. When thoughts arise, do not try to hold them back. Simply notice where they come from and where they go. Then, gently open your eyes, take a deep breath, and relax. This practice, known as self-inquiry, was taught by the Indian sage Ramana Maharshi. It is a direct way to recognize your true nature beyond the mind. As you practice, you may begin to experience moments of stillness and clarity. These moments are reflections of your Christ-like self. Next, let's talk about compassion. Christ-like awareness is essentially a state of unconditional love. This does not mean you become a pushover or always put others ahead of yourself. It starts with loving and caring for yourself first. The ancient people of Kemet understood this, as seen in the text, the coming forth by day, which describes the weighing of the heart ceremony under the laws of Mat. In this ceremony, your spirit declares, "I have not done evil in the presence of truth," along with 41 other affirmations. This practice is not only about avoiding wrongdoing, it is about living in truth and care for others. Each day, take a few minutes to perform loving-kindness meditation. Start by sending feelings of care and warmth toward yourself. Then gradually extend those feelings to people close to you, then to your community, and finally, to all beings. This practice, which has roots in Buddhist tradition, helps change the way you respond to the world in a positive manner. It is not about forcing yourself to feel something artificial, but about finding the well of love that already exists within you. Remember the saying by the Buddha, "Do not simply accept ideas because someone else said so. Instead, use your own experience through observation, meditation, and thoughtful analysis to decide what is true and beneficial for all." Pay attention to the moments when you feel a sense of expanded connection and care that goes beyond your personal experience. These moments are reflections of your Christ-like nature. They may appear during meditation, while spending time in nature, in acts of service, or in unexpected everyday encounters. As you follow this path, remember that you are not alone. You are part of a long line of seekers and awakened individuals. You are connected to a global community of people who are coming to know their true nature. And always keep in mind that this process is not about perfection. It is about becoming more fully yourself, more completely human, and more truly alive. It is about allowing the divine to show itself through you in your own unique way. So, what will you do with this understanding? How will you begin or deepen your practice to achieve Christ-like awareness? The path is right in front of you. It might not be easy at times, but every step you take towards realizing your inner Christ is a gift to yourself and to the world. As you awaken to your inner Christ-like nature, you help awaken others. Your awareness influences those around you, and your light makes it easier for others to see their way. Now, let's look at a powerful practice that helps you connect with your Christ-like awareness, a body scan meditation. This is not just some trendy idea. It comes from ancient wisdom and can make a significant difference in your practice. Your body is not just flesh and bones. It is a living expression of the divine. Every cell and every atom in your body pulses with the same energy that creates entire universes. By paying close attention to your body, you connect with the cosmic energy of creation itself. This meditation encourages you to develop a clear awareness of your physical being. But it also goes beyond mere physical sensations. As you slowly move your attention across your body, you begin to sense the life energy that animates every part of you. In doing so, you start to feel that you are one with everything, that you truly are the universe experiencing itself. Regular practice of this meditation trains you to be present, aware, and conscious, which is exactly what Christ-like awareness is all about. Being fully awake to who you really are as a divine being. Now, are you ready to give it a try? Find a comfortable spot where you won't be disturbed. Whether you choose to sit or lie down, do what feels best for you. Close your eyes and take a few deep breaths, allowing yourself to settle fully into the moment. Begin at the top of your head and pay attention to the sensations you feel, tingling, pressure, warmth, without trying to change them. Slowly, move your focus down to your face, your forehead, your eyes, your cheeks, and your jaw. Notice any tension. If you find any, breathe gently into that area and let the tension melt away. Next, focus on your neck and shoulders, which often hold tension. Simply observe them without judgment. Now, feel the weight of your arms, the skin and muscles along with your pulse in your wrists. Bring your attention to your chest and back, noticing the rise and fall of your breath. Feel your ribcage expanding and your stomach and lower back moving with each breath. Notice any sensations such as humming or warmth. Then, focus on your hips and pelvis where your body meets the surface you're resting on. Move your focus gradually down through your legs, thighs, knees and calves, noticing differences in sensation, such as heaviness or lightness, and any tingling feelings. Finally, concentrate on your feet, feeling the energy all the way down to your toes. Take a moment now to sense your entire body as one complete field of awareness and sensation. Remember, the body you feel is not separate from the universe. It is the universe expressing itself through you. The energy you sense is the same energy that powers the stars. When you are ready, slowly open your eyes and notice how you feel. With regular practice, you will begin to sense the connection between yourself and everything around you more clearly, and you will start to embody that state of Christ-like awareness. This is how you become like Christ, not by following rigid dogma, but by experiencing the divine within you in a very direct way.